Hello and welcome to a new devlog for the indie game Kitty Corner Cafe. It's been a few months since I last gave an update on the progress of the game. However, I have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and I have also participated in a game jam, which was the Shovel Jam 2025. I will link below so you can check out the game that I made. It is not fully finished, but I will probably make a separate video about that journey, so let me know if you're interested in that in the comments. But anyways, in this video, I want to share with you guys the progress that I've made over the last few months. So yeah, let's jump right into the progress and things that I've worked on for Kitty Corner Cafe. First up, as you can see, one of the main areas that I've updated is the title screen. I now have the night version illustration of the cat sleeping with the town of Felicity in the background with lights glowing. And I'm also going to be updating this image so that it is actually animated. So we'll have fireflies glowing and moving around and affecting things around them more. And there'll also be some wind that causes the leaves to sway as well. And I might add in some twinkling stars or clouds in the background. So I also hand drew everything, so the title is updated to be a more hand-drawn lettering, which I think looks better than what I had previously. Then I also made all of these actual buttons that I drew myself. So now there is also a unique hover state for each button, so you'll see the pause next to anything that you are hovering over. And when you click on something, so if I click on the settings, it will take you to the settings screen and you will see the title up at the top left. And then if you were to switch between the different screens here, then you can see the different titles. And there was also an issue with the side menu options over here that weren't displaying right. So it used to overlap with the right side of the screen. So I did fix a bug there as well. So that is one of the main updates. And as you can see, I also added in these fireflies that will fly around and flicker. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I should make the flickering effect more intense. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, and if it kind of gives the opening screen a warm vibe, because that is what I'm going for here. So another area that I've updated is the cat room when you're getting to know the cats. And here I added in this text at the top right, which I may change, but this is telling you that you can choose cat to get to know. And then I also added in a button here to finish playtime. So if you want to exit the cat room, then you can click this button and it will jump back in the story to where you previously left off. So this will also save your progress as you get to know each cat. And one of the main updates I wanted to show you is the cat card. So previously I was missing some information relating to how each cat interacts with other animals, so other cats, dogs, and kids. So I did add the details of that to each cat on the cat card, because that will be important when you are adopting cats to customers. And I also kind of made it clear that this is something medical by adding a little stethoscope icon. So let me know what you think about this new update to the cat card. I do think it looks better than it did previously. I will show you again on another card what this looks like. So for Sir Whiskers, you can see that he gets along with cats. He does not get along with dogs or kids. So that will be important when you're adopting Sir Whiskers out to customers. So yeah, I hope that this looks good, and let me know what you think. I think that it looks a lot clearer than it used to before. So another big change that I added into the game was blinking for all of the character sprites. And this is something that I had on my nice to have features, but it's something that really adds to some of the liveliness of a visual novel game. So I decided to add it in for all of the characters except for the player themselves. I have not added in blinking, but I am considering that. So let me know what you think about that, but I will show you a few examples here. So first up, we have Kaya. This is some of her blinking animations for different sprites. And I will also show you some other characters' blinking animations. Character that I do not think I've shown you guys yet is Lorraine, who works at the animal shelter, and I added in blinking for her character, so you can see a little bit of a preview here of some of the dialogue when you first encounter her. But yeah, I added in blinking for her character, and then let me show you another cool part of what I added in. So this is what I've added in. You can see that as the cat card is getting explained, I added in like a highlight on each area, which just adds a little bit of visual interest, and I've been working on adding things like this to the game as I've been editing the script. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. And something else that I updated in the game is the gameplay for the affection game especially. So I had my husband playtest the game, and I took in his comments and made some changes. So I'll show you a few of the changes that I've made here. So for example, whenever you are petting a cat and you are able to find a loved zone, it will have a sparkle animation that is identical to what a neutral zone looks like at first, so that way you cannot tell right away which section you're petting until the cat has a reaction change. Because before it was easy to tell which zones were the love zones just based on the way that the sparkles were animated. And something else that I changed was the amount of time that it takes for the sparkles for a brush zone that the cat loves to complete. So for example here, that is a lot shorter to earn the paw print than it was previously. And one other big update that I did was after you have unlocked a zone that the cat loves to be pet in, it will disappear, so you can't do it again in the same play session. If you play with the cat again, you will be able to pet them there, but as you can see, the 2 ears have disappeared. So now you know that you don't need to try those again since you have already done those areas. So yeah, those are the main updates that I made to the gameplay from some of the playtesting notes. But other than that, I have been working on a lot of script updates. One way that you can see script updates is by going to checking the script lint on the project for your game, and it will give you a summary, so you will be able to see here how many words that I've written. So when I started editing, I probably had about 32,000 words, and now we're up to 37,000 words. And you can see here as well where it says 94 menus. This means that there are 94 different menus that have different choices for the character. So that doesn't take into account every individual choice, but just how many times the player is able to make a choice. And you can also see how many images that I have. So this is all of the artwork, and how many screens that I have, which tend to be more interactive than something that's not in a screen. So yeah, I have been working a lot on editing the script, and I am now down to the final day in game. So let me show you. So as you can see on this left hand side, I have the intro plus 5 chapters, and I've edited all the way through chapter 4. So all I have left is chapter 5, which is about 2,000 lines of code to edit. So a little less dialogue than that, but it is still quite a lot of dialogue. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on next, and also editing the title screen to make an animation instead of a static image. And my husband has also been editing the script, and once he has given me all of his notes, then I'm going to go back into each section and make updates there as well. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to my devlog updates. Let me know what you think of these new changes that I've made to the game, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I hope to update you guys soon on the other changes that I'm making, which are going to include the things that I listed, and then also things like adding sound effects and adding music to the game. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for a video on my experience doing a game jam that was a week long. And let me know if you have any questions about that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!